Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Cole. Welcome back to MotoGP 18, where Mario McDonald had a superb start to the season, but has tailed off slightly in France and Italy. Can he get back on track round the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya and the second visit to Spain? So here goes Mario for the first of two possible qualifying efforts. In qualifying one, has no one out of the pits, which is good to see. Hopefully a nice clear that for Mario then. Get on his bike. It's at a P1 position here. It's round 8 circuit, which is again all fast flowing, technical. With a lot more second gear corners though. It's more fast and flowing. It's a bit like a race in parts. I feel like all the Spanish circuits, even Aragon, it's made the most different out of all of them. Definitely with a race in Valencia, very technical, very difficult circuit in nail lap round. But it does provide some fantastic racing round here, the motorbikes. It should be no different for the race as Mario goes a bit wide into the hairpin. And we've got the very fast last couple of corners here. They go down here as well. I have no idea why they have advertising right on the outside of the circuit there. In a gravel trap as well. Very safe as Mario crosses the line with a 37.9. Is that a good lap time? Not sure. I guess it is, as Petrucci makes it for the only other rider under the 1 minute 40 mark, with Pedro's ahead of Espargaro and Baptista as an all-Spaniard 5th row. We've got Rabatza in Alicia Espargaro, a qualifying Redding. There's Morbidelli, Smith and Redding on the next row. And then we've got Luti, Simeon and Abraham with Nakagami in last. So here goes Mario for his qualifying effort in qualifying 2. Well, he has 2 laps in qualifying 2, doesn't he? As well, what the hell is that? Is that Crutcher just coming out on the racing line? Good job, Cal. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just going to run random onto the racing line while you go at like 200 miles per hour. Absolutely stupid, but Mario avoids him. And braking hard into the right hand. That could be a favourite passing spot in the race. For him, the same with this left hander as well. Downhill. Very easy to run ride. Like that. And then again, this left hander uphill. Very difficult to get into that apex. And then Kamsa, fearsome corner. For this back straight, you need a good exit from it. You brake heavily into this hairpin now, which is such a shame. Why can we have the fast flowing, well, more flowing sections of the left and right rather than that? Oh, we got these last couple of corners back. With the alterations to the penultimate corner after, unfortunately, the sad death of Louis Salom. Mario sets a 37 flat. So that was quick enough as Mario grabs pole over a second ahead of Dovi and Marquez, with Vinales leading the second ahead of Rins and Rossi. Then Jack Miller leading the third row ahead of Lorenzo and Crutcho, with his teammate Petrucci leading the 4th row of Zarco and Andrea Iannone. So for Mario, can return to the podium and the top step. So here's Mario run up from pole. Can he finally convert one of these again? As we get underway for 8 laps here. And the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya. Not the best start for Mario. Lorenzo with a fly. Same for the Pramac again. It looks like Mario diving into second. Is he ahead of Marquez, last of the late breakers? Just ahead of Rins as well. It's a fantastic start with Dovi in front in the lead is the Ducati. Look at Marquez. Home turf. Of course wants to stay in front. But the guy battling for the win. But he is relegated to third. So for May, only lost one place at the start. Massive improvement compared to most races this season. You get into the hairpin and all that, looks a bit feisty behind. There's Nakagami no longer last. It's now Xavier Simon. Well, it was. No, right in the tail of Dovi. As Rossi battling with Jack Miller. Was it Miller who had the fast start in the Pramac? Oh, man, you don't want to be nicking in the inside of camp, sir. There's Lorenzo in 9th. Down with Zarco. It's all Mayo hit the white line there, did he? It's gone wide. Just about ahead of Crutch though. Almost into the back of Marquez. Just about stays ahead of Rossi. So he's down to third. Just when he's shaping up to maybe take the lead. One wide a mistake. He's now battling for second. But he's right in the toe of Marquez's Honda. As the Espargaro's got the wall as well on home turf in 16th. It's Mayo just about ahead of Marquez. Someone gets it stopped for the corner as well. It's Carrera up to 19th ahead of Scott Redding. He is Mr. Anonymous around here in the Yada Aprilia. As he got drives up into the top 10 of Zarco. And now Mayo chasing down Dovi again. In the early stages here. It's nicely into the apex. Don't take too much exit curb as Alvaro Bautista and Tito Rabat back number 40. Spaniards battling everywhere. Here in Spain, including for the top 5 between Lorenzo and Rins. Leading to the top 20 ahead of K. Abraham. No, right in the tail of Dovi. Can he not break on the white line? That's much better. And holds on to second on this occasion. So, here's the revenge match we wanted from last time in Mugello, where Dovizioso, title defence not going to plan. Looking for a home podium for himself and Ducati. In Mayo was about. Now he's got 6 laps to hold on from the madman. Has he got Marquez? What's in the Lorenzo ran out of the top 5. But we're getting into Mayo time now, the middle part of this race. There's Zarco up into the top 10 ahead of Pedrosa. It's normally at the beginning of the race. When the tyres are cold, the brakes are cold, where Mario struggles a bit. But now, about now, it just starts to click for him. It starts to get a bit quicker. It's in the whole of this season. Especially in the second half of races, he's been strong. It's all Rins down, maybe. The battle 5th has gone awry, and the Suzuki's now battling for 21st. Bradley Smith. Not what neither rider would have wanted, battling all the way down there. Let's take up Mario right in the tail, Dovizioso. So we've got Luti and Nakagami. Battling over 21st. Rossi and Lorenzo. Old chums round here. Battling for 4th. With Quattro's just staying ahead. Lorenzo Ducati for 5th. There's Paul Espargaro in the Espargaro battle on his KTM up to 14th. Now ahead of Tito Rabat. Having a decent race. Jack Miller up to 9th head of Zarco's. Oh, Nakagami down, the Japanese rider. And here goes Mario out of the final corner. Getting a toe from the Ducati. As Dovi's now first and second. No, the fastest lap. 36.3. He's pouncing immediately. And oh, Dovi into the back of him. But they both survived, just a couple of tenths between them. Dovi with the revenge swipe, maybe. There's Morbidelli and Luti for Mark VDS battling for 22nd. Once again, not the season they would have wanted. As we approach halfway mark of this race, then we've got a new leader. We've got old rivals. The reigning champion against the championship leader. Guys who battled in Mugello last time out with disastrous consequences. Especially for Dovizioso's title defence. And oh, Dovizioso shoves it down the inside. Shows that they're the best of pals, doesn't it? Well, have a great run. Not going to make a move into the penultimate corner, are you? How about the final corner? Oh, easy. He's got the exit to hold on. As you go into the second half of the race, the gloves are off. Between Mayo and Dovi. There's a bit of a gap to Marcus, Lorenzo, Vinales, Rossi, Crutcho, Petrucci, Zarco and Miller rounds out the top 10. So Dovi makes it stick around the outside on this occasion. Now nicking to the outside, not going to work. Is he going to cut back? He's got the traction on his Aprilia and does it. Confidently swoops in front. And confidently outbrakes himself into the next corner. But still holds on. It's Lorenzo. Against the guy who took over his seat at Yamaha, Vinales. 4th. Lorenzo having a very good race for once. Could even get a podium maybe. Once he clears the Yamaha. The Ducati seems very strong. Man, the Aprilia seems stronger. So halfway through this 5th lap and oh, Danny down and home turf. Very upsetting for lots of the home faithful. Seeing the Samurai going down as once again Dovi just shoves it down the inside into that hairpin. And this time Mario Morden alongside in the penultimate corner. They go elbow to elbow. It says suck it back to him. Has he got 3 laps to go? An absorbing race here in Barcelona. They've still got the same order as well, despite some overtakes in that previous lap. There's now Vinales holding off from his teammate Rossi for 5th with the Lorenzo bite. Seven's him up to 23rd ahead of Morbidelli. Smart taking all the curb. But he holds the line just ahead of Dovizioso. Once again, he's chucking the bike at the curb, saying this is an apex hit, isn't it? Didn't quite work that way. As Dovi shoves the wheel in. You need to shove more than that, Dovi. It's uphill, Rins ahead of Paul Espargaro for 13th. Doesn't look like Paul's winning the battle of the brothers. But there we go, at hairpin time. And oh, he's locked the rear, has Mario. He's run right as allowed Dovizioso by. They're very wide on this occasion. To try and cut back. That does not work out at all well. But he's got to sort that problem out. Because they're letting Dovizioso lead, but around the outside of the final corner. What is Dovi doing there? Crawling through the apex. Somehow he does still lead at the line though. There's old Dovi into the back of him on the brakes. And swoops by into the lead. And this penultimate lap, Dovizioso everywhere for Mario, we know that. And so once again taking that tight line to get on the power early. And shoving it down the inside of the right hand as he held it. No, Dovizioso says back out of here. This is my victory. This is for Mugello. And that curb is for then Mario get back onto the attack. Into the left-hand, a much better run for the Aprilia. It's made a battling with Zarco over 10th, over 9th should I say. Vinales now ahead of Marquez for 3rd. What's happened to Marquez? Dropping back. Now where's Lorenzo? I thought Lorenzo would be on the charge. Obviously not. So let's Dobby down the inside. Or has he figured something out? He has. He's figured. As he gets going again, down in 6th. Vizioso does get his revenge for Mugello. But not in the way I think maybe even he would have wanted. He wanted to make it hard for Mario, no doubt. As Mario back into the top 5. Will he take home a podium? That's the big question. He breaks very deep into the first corner. That's a bit too deep. As he got Vinales in 2nd, Rossi and Marquez attached at the hip for 3rd. Mario right behind though. Remember, that's his main title rival, Marquez, in front. He's getting hassled by the Yamahas and has been shoved back. Now he's getting hassled by the Aprilia, who shoves down the inside of Rossi as well, up into 3rd. He wants the taste of that champagne again. Can he catch Vinales? Just a couple corners to go though. He holds the inside into the hairpin. Finally. Does he go for the final sector? Oh, he's pushing hard. On this final lap, downhill. Oh, he's done it for Vinales earlier this race. No, too far back. Vinales is going to hold on while Dovizioso wins in controversial circumstances here in Spain, but it's a podium again for Mario. I think he'll take that. I know maybe until the day after he realised that was a good result. As he takes points out of Marquez as well. As Dobby wins by 3.5 seconds ahead of Vinales, with Mario just a few tenths of a second back. Then it's Rossi who beats Lorenzo and Marquez to 4th. Marquez down to 6th in the end. Then Crutch though, Sarko, Miller, Iannone, Petrucci in 11th, Rins battling back to 12th, Battista, Parspargo, Tito back grabs the final point for Avintia, ahead of Danny Pedrosa by a few tenths. It's gone further down, Nakagami in last. So in the Riders' Championship, Mario extends his lead to double figures again, 10 points ahead of Marquez, but here comes Dovizioso, 12 points back. Dean Fernandez just 20 points back, 4 riders right in the championship battle, and Rossi hanging on. 36 points back in 5th. Miller still in 6th. Outstanding season from the Australian, ahead of Zarco, who's got ahead of Petrucci. Iannone ahead of Pedrosa for 12th. And Espargo into the top 20 ahead of Nakagami, Savio Simon in the wooden spoon spot. So for Yamaha, they now lead by 9 points ahead of Aprilia, with Honda in 3rd and Ducati just 20 points back in 4th. What is going on here? In Suzuki and KTM with 5th and 6th. Well, in the Teams Championship, Yamaha lead by 34 points ahead of Ducati, with Honda down to 3rd. You've got Aprilia quite lonely in 4th. And Pramac close in 7 points back. Then you've got Suzuki, Tech 3, LCR, Anko Nieto, Red Bull, Avintia, with just the other LCR, Honda and Mark VDS yet to score. So for Mario, achieved all he needed to for the team. Maybe not for himself, that victory. He's getting there though. Says it was a huge challenge for Vinales, but the V was definitely not intimidated in that race. While in Moto 2, Alex Marquez wins on home turf ahead of Oliveira and Baldassari, and Jorge Martin, Bezzecchi and Bastianini in Moto 3. So bike development. We've been looking at brakes, suspension, frame aerodynamics. Everything worked for the bike in Barcelona. So shall we be looking at frame again? Makes the bike react faster when steering, or suspension. Could be quite important in Assen to absorb the shocks of surface roughness. Or aerodynamics. Increase the top speed or increase acceleration. Acceleration would be actually quite important in Assen, as that's almost fully developed. And next time out we head to the Netherlands and the Cathedral. Has Mario, he's re-established himself on the podium, almost on the top step, but Dovi was not to be moved. Will he be moved around the TT Circuit, which would shoot the Ducati just as well, but the Aprilia looked like it was on rails in this race. So for watching, we'll find out who will come out on top next time.